Assalamu alaikum. How are you students? I hope all of you are well. I am Rizwana Mukhtar, lecturer, Department of Physics, Milestone College. I welcome all of you in another virtual class of physics. In our today's class, I am going to discuss about electromagnetic induction and transformer, which are included in your chapter 12, that is magnetic effect of current. And after that, I will solve a creative question based on transformer. I hope this class will help you for your better study at home. So let's start our today's class. Students, in our previous class, you have already learned about the magnetic effect of current, where you see that when current passes through a wire, then there's a magnetic field created around that wire. That is known as the magnetic effect of current. After that invention, scientists start to think, is there any possibility that we can create current with the help of magnet? And in 1831, scientist Michael Faraday proved that we can create current with the help of magnet and prove it with the help of two experiments. Students, you can see that I draw two diagrams on the board. In first diagram, you can see that there is a bar magnet and a closed coil, and this closed coil is connected with a galvanometer, and galvanometer is the indicator whether the current exists on this coil or not. Firstly, you can see that there is no source of current, so the galvanometer will not deflect, or no deflection will take place in the galvanometer. But when scientist starts to move this bar magnet inside the coil, then he observed that the deflection of galvanometer. So you know that deflection of galvanometer means there is the existing of current. But when he stopped the coil, then the deflection is also stopped. So you can see that by the motion of the bar magnet, the magnetic field induced current in this closed coil, but if we stop the bar magnet, then there will be no current inside this closed circuit. And in second experiment, he take two coils. In first coil, there is a source, that means there is a flow of current, and in the second coil, you can see there is no source of current. Here is only a galvanometer is attached. But when he is observed that when the current passing through this coil, and if we start to move this coil, then the deflection of galvanometer is also taking place here. So what is happening here? Actually, you know that when current pass through a wire, then there is magnetic field will create, and due to this magnetic field, the current is induced in that closed coil of wire. So with this two experiment, you can see that the current is producing with the help of magnetic field, and this phenomena is known as electromagnetic induction. So what is electromagnetic induction? We can say that electromagnetic induction means the process of creating electromotive force and current in a closed circuit with the influence of motion of bar magnet or current carrying coil is called electromagnetic induction. Based on this finding, generator, transformer and many electronics devices have been discovered. So students, you have learned about the electromagnetic induction. Now you can see that due to the motion of this magnet or due to the current carrying coil, temporary current is induced in this closed circuit. You can say that the temporary current which is induced in this closed coil due to the motion of magnet is called induced current, and the voltage which is induced due to this motion of magnet is known as induced voltage. Dear students, you have already learned that after the invention of electromagnetic induction, many electric devices invented, and transformer is one of them. So here you can see that I draw a diagram where two coils are inserted in a rectangular shaped object. Actually, this rectangular shaped object is soft iron core. This is soft iron core, and the coil where we used source, this coil is known as primary coil, and where current will induced is known as secondary coil. This coil is known as secondary coil. Question is, what is transformer? Actually, transformer is a device which can convert low alternative voltage into high alternative voltage or high alternative voltage to low alternative voltage. The working principle of a transformer. You know that whenever we attach a coil with a source, that coil is known as primary coil. So, when current starts to pass through this primary coil, then their magnetic line of force will also create around that coil. And as you can see that this coil is attached with a soft iron core. That means when the magnetic field produced here, then this all magnetic field will induced in this secondary coil, and as a result we will get maximum amount of current and induced voltage with the help of transformer. This is the working principle of a transformer. Friends, there are two types of transformer. You can see I draw two diagrams on the board, and in number 1, here you can see that the turn of secondary coil or the number of turns of secondary coil is larger than the number of turns of primary coil. And in second diagram, you can see that the number of turn of secondary coil is less than the number of turn of primary coil. So, in first or for the first diagram, I can write that Ns, that is number of turn of secondary coil, is larger than the Np, that is number of turn of primary coil, and that type of transformer is known as step up transformer. So, in step up transformer, this transformer will convert the low potential into the high potential. On the other hand, you can see that in figure 2, number of secondary coil is less than number of primary coil. So, this transformer is known as step down transformer. This is step down. And that transformer will convert it high alternative voltage into the low alternative voltage. These are the main principle of these two transformers. Dear students, now comprehensive questions. Our first comprehensive question is, which transformer is used to send electricity at a distance place? Students, you know that there are two types of transformer, step up transformer and step down transformer. If you want to send electricity at a long distance, in that case we need to use step up transformer. You know that step up transformer is such type of transformer which can convert low voltage to higher voltage, and at the same time when we convert the low voltage of current to high voltage of current, in that case the strength of current is also convert. In that case, the strength of high current will convert into the low strength of current. As a result, when we send electricity at a long distance, and if you convert the voltage of high voltage and the current will become the lower strength, so in that case the system loss will be less. But if we used step down transformer, in that case the system loss will be massive. So to prevent the system loss, we have to use step up transformer. To prevent the system loss, we will use step up transformer to convert electricity or to send electricity at a long distance. Our second comprehensive question. The question is, why transformer is used in a circuit? Students, if you observe any electrical circuit or device, then you can see that they mentions the amount of current, potential difference and power. That indicates that the maximum amount of current can pass through that device and that device will be safe. But if the current will be larger than the mentioned amount, then this device can be destroyed. So you know that transformer is such type of device which can control the amount of current or voltage. So by using transformer in any electrical circuit, we can prevent our circuit from destroy. That's why we use transformer in electrical circuit. Our third question. The question is, why we only use alternative voltage or AC current in a transformer? Students, we have already learned that transformer work on the principle of electromagnetic induction. And in electromagnetic induction, there must be a magnet or coil which will be in motion. That's why for that motion, there will be current will induced in the secondary coil. But if we used DC current or DC voltage in a transformer, then what will happen? If we use DC voltage, then the primary coil will act like a stationary magnet. That means there is no change of direction of the current. DC current means direct current. That is, there is no change in the direction of the current. And if the current doesn't change its direction, then in that case, that primary coil will act like a stationary bar magnet. And you know that stationary bar magnet cannot induce any current in the secondary coil. But when we used AC current or alternative voltage in primary coil, in that case, AC current means alternative current, and alternative current is such a type of current which changes its direction with time. So, when we used AC current, then this primary coil behave like that the bar magnet is in motion. That means for this AC current, we can get induced current in the secondary coil. So, we can only use AC or alternative voltage in a transformer. Students, now some important formulas. By the help of these formulas, we can solve the mathematical problems of this chapter. Here you can see that Vp by Vs is equal to Is by Ip. Here Vp means voltage of primary coil. Vs means voltage of secondary coil. Is means current of secondary coil. Ip means current of primary coil. Now second formula is Vp by Vs is equal to Np by Ns. Here Np means number of turns of primary coil. Ns means number of turns of secondary coil. Now third formula is Np by Ns is equal to Is by Ip. Next formula P is equal to Vp Ip. Here P means power of primary coil and Ps means power of secondary coil. And here you should remember that the unit of voltage is volt, unit of current IS or IP, unit of current is ampere, and number of turn, there will be no unit for the number of turns, okay, and unit of power is watt. Students, now I am going to solve a creative question. Here you can see that there's a creative question. In that question you can see that they gave the number of NP, that means the number of turn of primary coil is 500, value of IP, that is the current of primary coil is 10 ampere, and the voltage of primary coil is given here 300 volt, and the number of secondary coil is given here 600. So we can easily say that it's a step up transformer. We know that if NS is larger than NP, then that transformer is a step up transformer. Now our question C is calculate the electric current in secondary coil. That is, we have to calculate the value of IS. Now the given informations for question C are, here you can see that the number of turns of primary coil or the value of NP is given here 500, and the value of NS is given here 600. That means the number of turns of secondary coil is 600. Now the current of primary coil, that is IP is given here 10 ampere. IP is equal to 10 ampere, and we have to calculate the current of secondary coil, that means IS is equal to what? Now we know that the formula between the relation between I and N is, we know IS by IP is equal to NP by NS, and we are going to calculate the value of IS. So we can write that IS is equal to NP by NS into, if we cross multiply the IP, then it will be multiply IP. Now put all the informations which are given here. The value of NP is 500, value of NS is 600, and the value of IP is given 10. And after calculating, you will get the value of IS is 8.33 ampere, and this is the answer of question number C. Question D. Transformer of the stem neither creates nor destroys energy. Analyze mathematically. So to solve this question, we have to prove that the power of primary coil and the power of secondary coil is same. We have to calculate the value of Vs, then we can calculate the power. Okay, so let's start to solve this question. Firstly, here given informations for question D are number of turns of primary coil, that is NP. NP is equal to 500. Now number of turn of secondary coil or NS, NS is given here 600. Current of primary coil, that is IP. The value of IP is given here 10 ampere. Now the current of secondary coil, the value of IS. We get this value from question C, and the value is 8.33 ampere. Now voltage of primary coil, that means VP. Here the value of VP is given here 300 volt. And we have to calculate the value of secondary coil or Vs is equal to what? Now we know that Vs by Vp is equal to Ns by Np. So we can write that Vs is equal to Ns by Np into Vp. Okay. Now the value of Ns is 600 divided by value of Np is 500 into value of Vp. Vp is 300. And after calculating it, you will get the value of Vs is, the value of Vs will be 360 volt. We can easily calculate the power of primary coil and power of secondary coil. We know that firstly the power of primary coil we denote the power of primary coil by P and the equation is Vp into Ip. Now the value of Vp is 300 and the value of Ip is 10. So we will get the value of power of primary coil is 3000 watt. You know that the unit of power is watt. Now the power of secondary coil. Power of secondary coil, that is, we can write that PS, and PS is equal to Vs Is. Now the value of Vs is 360 volt and the value of Is is 8.33. After calculating it, you will get the value of PS 999. So we can say that this is equivalent to 3000. So we can write that power of secondary coil is equivalent to 3000 watt. So students, here you can see that the power of primary coil and the power of secondary coil is same. So we can write that power of primary coil is equal to power of secondary coil. So we can say that in this transformer there is no destroyed of energy. That means the transformer is not creating or destroying any energy. Okay, and this is the answer of your question D. So students, that's all for today. Stay home, stay safe and maintain all the rules and regulations given by the Health Ministry.